Hello, everyone. Welcome to the February meeting for the Human Rights Commission. It is currently now 5:06, and we are currently at the City Council chambers. Thank you for everyone who's either here in person or on Zoom. Right now, I would like to call a meeting to order, and we'll do roll call for commissioners. Molly McGee, Attorney Molly McGee.
Present.
Commissioner Krupich,
Present.
Dr. Garcia,
Present.
Chief Bright.
Present.
At the current moment, Chief Callahan and Reverend Bogerman are currently not in the meeting today. Before we go to the approval of minutes for the December 8th meeting, we would like to make a land acknowledgement. We are currently in the land of the Pawtucket, and we encourage anyone who is of Native ancestry or of Native origin to gladly join our meetings and reach out to us if they have any questions that we would like to address. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes from December 8th?
Motion to approve, Madam Chair.
Seconded.
Thank you very much. For the monthly acknowledgements, we don't have a lot, but there are some really great prominent ones. February is known as Black History Month, so be on the lookout for anything Black History Month related throughout the entire month of February. One in particular, two events in particular, one that we will discuss later on in the meeting today. And another is on February 7th, the Senior Center will have a movie and a luncheon. The movie will be based around Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And the name of the movie is called King in the Wilderness. So definitely check that out and go to the Senior Center. If you have any questions, just let us know or reach out to them. Are there any other events that you folks know of that I have not mentioned today?
Thank you, Chair Hosseini. February is also Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month as well.
Thank you very much for that, Kuru. I've written it down so that we could add it to the calendar for the next subsequent years. For anyone out there who hasn't heard an event that I've mentioned today that would like to be mentioned in the future, definitely either email the HRC, or you could go on the HRC website and fill out the events form so that could be recorded for subsequent years, so that it could be shouted out then. For the main part of today's meeting are just everything. We're just going to recap everything that we've done in the month of January, since we did have no meeting. We did participate in other things throughout that month that will obviously be shown to the community in the future. The first thing, or has already been shown to the community, first thing that is on the agenda is just participation in the video for Martin Luther King Day. Because with the awesome lead by Dr. Garcia, he allowed us to participate in the video that was made for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And we all had our own statements being said in the documentary, or just like video that was shown to the city. I don't know if Dr. Garcia, if you want to go more into it, or just like about the video.
Yeah, I thought the video was great. I think my job was to facilitate and to ensure that our voices are heard, our perspectives on Dr. King as one of the most prominent leaders of our country, of civil rights movement, and the legacy that he left behind for current and future generations. We know we continue to cultivate what he taught us, what he taught for this country. And that was the goal. And I thank you all. I just want to thank all of you for stepping up and expressing your views and perspectives on this great leader that we have in this country that really influence the way we think, the way we act currently, and I would say that he's a prominent leader. He's a great leader for not just for this country, but also for other countries. So it was great. Thank you, and we'll do more things together. The goal here is to empower our leaders. You are all leaders, great leaders, and to make sure that people know what members of the Human Rights Commission are all about to do in the city, and what other leaders also are poised to do. So that was the goal, and I truly appreciate it.
Thank you very much for all your hard work, Dr. Garcia. Is there anyone else that would like to reflect on our experience with that video?
Thank you so much, Dr. Garcia. Yes, as a Human Rights Commissioner, I think it's so symbolic and significant to be invited by you as leader in the school department to be able to speak about Dr. Martin Luther King. It felt very daunting, but then given the significance of this commission in Revere and the work you're doing in the school department, I'm so happy to be involved in such a wonderful program that is a legacy for Revere and is continuing to grow very much with the work that you do. So thank you, and it was great to be a part of that.
I think when I watched the video, aside from our own personal statements, seeing the kids, the discussion that you had with the kids was amazing. A lot of people tend to really doubt the kids of our generation, but we do have critical thinkers within my generation, and it just shows just like prospectively like how far these kids can go. Considering the fact that the things that they were saying were very eloquent and they were very powerful. So I definitely do not doubt the upcoming generation. I definitely encourage students to come to our meetings, really express your opinions, things that we haven't mentioned in our meetings that you would like for us to mention. So I extend that invitation to you folks as well. And just like, it shouldn't, I just personally think that remembering Dr. Martin Luther King and all the things that he's done shouldn't be just limited to just the one day, but something that we would continuously think about because he's such a role model for a lot of the things that we're trying to do as the Human Rights Commission. So we aim to continuously work, honor him and his legacy beyond January 15th. Anyone else want to speak something? Go ahead, Dr. Kerr.
I also want to thank Dr. Garcia for leading the path to honor Dr. King Jr. And thank you, Dr. Garcia, for your leadership, for holding the space. Our community is so lucky to have you be part of this fight, especially fighting for justice and equity for the whole community. Thank you.
All right, and speaking about Martin Luther King, throughout January, there have been discussions about what we want to do for Black History Month. I'm gonna leave it to Karu and Dr. Garcia to really talk about some of the things that are going on for February regarding that.
Yeah, I'll start. So we have an interesting program going on. First, I met with the Revere TV and the media specialists at Revere High School and the communication directors and Karu, who suggested that we did something about the Black narrative. Karu has a wonderful staff that does this type of work, and her name is Ife. So we have met with Ife. Actually, if you are on Twitter, there was a tweet has information on that has recently been probably half an hour ago tweeted, and there is a press release on the event, and also there are pictures. It's a wonderful event. So I just want to thank the city for funding that. I think that's important work that's coming up. So there is also a compilation of powerful literature on Black history, Black experience, to educate members of our community and also members of our school department, members of the City Hall. This is, I always say, and this is a phrase that probably is a buzz, phrase for many people, but I think it takes a village to transform a city, to transform anything. So we have tomorrow that compilation of literature will go out to members of our school department. I'll share that with you. There's a lot of good things there to educate people. But what I'm looking for really is the event that's going to take place on February 28th from 5 to 8. So we're expecting people to show up at Riviera High School at 5 o'clock. So the event will start at 6 o'clock. So we will have Ife doing her thing, which is basically narrating or, playing a video, and then she will do a ring shower for members of the community. It's going to be a wonderful event. I'm extending the invitation for everyone to really come and enjoy that event. I've saw the video. I've seen the video that she's putting out there, but I'm counting on everyone, members of this committee, the commissioners to go there, the parents, the families, and the entire public to go there and enjoy. It's going to be wonderful. I've never done anything like that, so it sounds very promising. So that's going to be on February 28th. We're expecting people to arrive around 5 o'clock, start arriving at 5 o'clock, and the event will take place from 6 to 8. So I just want to thank Karu Peach for connecting me with Ife. Ife has done some work with us also in the past, revising the student handbook. So this is a wonderful thing, and counting on you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Garcia. Go ahead, Karu.
I just also want to add, I want to thank all the commissioners, Commissioner Hosseini, Chair Hosseini also participated in organizing, the Human Rights Commissioner who really supporting this effort, and most importantly, I am thankful and we are thankful to the mayor and to the city for funding this event, and the event's going to be great. I have participated in her place before, and it's so beautiful. It's called the Rain Shout, and it's very, very powerful, and it teaches us about the Black history, the experiences and the ancestors who have come before us. I would love to invite and encourage everyone to come and join us. We also have food on that day too. We have soul food, we have some other food. So please come and join us, like Dr. Garcia said, February the 28th from 5 to 8 p.m. You will not disappointed. Please come and join us.
I assume there's like a flyer already made or being made for the event?
Yes.
Word. So I think one way that we could continue advertising for the event, to put it on the HRC website or just like the city hall website, just so more people can get that, and especially through the City Hall Instagram, we definitely post it over there. Just like my fellow commissioners I've mentioned, this is an event that is open for everyone. So students, teachers, moms, dads, parents, we all encourage you to come to this amazing event. It'll be my first time seeing Ife's performance, so I'll just be just like one of you folks, really trying to immerse myself in this event. So hopefully we'll see everyone there. Moving on to our next agenda item. We, in the month of January, we did meet with the newly elected mayor, Mayor Keefe. really just spoke about how we could build this connection between us and City Hall and how we could bring more of these events to the community. And I think it was amazing talking to the mayor. The mayor really took time out of his day to really understand where we're coming from and just like voicing our concerns and our opinions, and he really just cohesively allowed us to do that. Does anyone want to comment on that meeting?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, Madam Chair. What a momentous event to be a part of, to be a commissioner in a Human Rights Commission and meeting with a city mayor in 2024. I really commend our mayor and the administration for the work that he's promised to do with us, and for standing on the right side of history, standing alongside progress and the work that we all have and the dream that we all have for Revere. I'm excited for this mayor and the work that we will do with him.
Thank you, Attorney Molly McGee. I think moving on from that, I just would like to make just like a small announcement of prospective members that we're going to be joining us in the next couple of months. So definitely just be on the lookout for that and really anticipate it in our meetings for some new members. So definitely be excited for that. In terms of other business, for the next monthly meeting, it was brought to my attention that we actually have to elect the next chair and co-chair. So you have until the next monthly meeting to choose who you want for chair and co-chair. And if you are interested in being co-chair or chair, just definitely let all of us know so that we could have you as an option to be one of those positions, but definitely anticipate that happening in the next monthly meeting for that vote to occur. And one more thing, just like now that we're in February, we're already organizing a lot of things for February, so I think this is a good time to talk about March. And one thing that is very prominent in March is International Women's Month. So maybe we could take the rest of this meeting to really discuss some ideas of what we want to do for March, probably regarding that. Like, what kind of topics do you want to focus on? Do you want to focus on trigger warning, domestic violence? Or do you want to focus on just like how far along women have come since the suffrage movement? Or just like, this is an open discussion. I'm just like putting ideas out there, but whoever wants to speak and go, you have every right to do so.
I'll defer to the ladies on that. If anyone wants, I think Karu would probably be a good.
I had no idea we would be broaching the subject today, but since you brought it up, Madam Chair, I've always been interested in celebrating female leaders from Revere and interesting people that I think there's some business owners in Revere that could be highlighted. I can think of a few right off the top of my head. There's an amazing karate studio in town that seems like there's a long legacy of a woman owning it, and her son being involved in politics. And there's like a lot of stories like that in Revere. And that might be interesting for us Revere-specific Human Rights Commission.
I love that idea. That's a great idea. I'm wondering, I know probably we don't have time to organize, and it would be good to have like a breakfast honoring, women's leaders in our community, and have like breakfast speakers, and also Dr. Garcia, maybe the student can join. It's just an idea, and I don't know how much budget we have and how soon we can organize it, or we can plan it for next year if that is the case. I support your idea, Commissioner McGee.
Thank you so much.
I mean, we could always just put both of them together, have a breakfast with speakers, but then have like a small presentation of like the different, either a small presentation or just like, if time permits, like a small, like a 30-second video for each of the female leaders that we recognize and revere, just like a little small snippet of like, hello, my name is, this is what I do, this is the legacy I'm carrying out, and have that presented at the breakfast. We have a speaker, and at the same time, the breakfast is going on. So that's like, I guess like one way we could put the two events together. How do y'all feel about that?
I think we can do, I mean, it all depends on the length of the presentation, right? So if you got 3 segments, one talking about, having a get-together, maybe and I invite somebody to come and speak, you could do, take 1 hour and chunk it into 3 compartments, maybe 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes on that, and then you can also probably do an interview with women who have become leaders in our city. We're talking about not just people, like, for example, in high positions of authority and power, but we're talking also about our immigrant, female leaders in the city, right? Ones that own a business or, have come to this country and they were able to navigate the complex systems that we have and became leaders of our community. And a specific example, Carew Peach is one of them, right? So she's an immigrant. She's in a great position. You, as a chair of the Human Rights Commission, a young lady moving, here you have, Attorney, Molly, basically leading and supporting our immigrant families. Immigration is a big issue, right? So for many immigrants. So there's so many things here that we can explore, and also interview some men and see what they have to say about women in this position. They're certainly breaking the glass, the ceilings, right? So that's something that probably 40, 30, 60 years ago was not possible. Now we have women in different positions that are basically leading, a diverse environment. Male, female, really doesn't matter. So I think we can do a segment like that, short, concise, and it's something we can discuss, right?
I was thinking that we could have the cultural events subcommittee really come into it. I know me and Chief Bright are 2 of the members of that committee. So we could definitely have like a virtual meeting, just really going into the fine details for that, and see if we could make this possible for March. So definitely, I'll reach out to you, Chief Bright, about having, sorting out some sort of meeting that we can meet over Zoom, and then more details will come soon. All right? Does anyone else have more to talk about on this subject?
That we have.
Go.
I mean, we can have like kind of woman leader recognition breakfast, right? So that we inviting all of the women and everyone who can come, and we can, recognize them as a city, either from the city standpoint or from the human right or from the community. So I think we can have kind of an hour breakfast and then inviting speakers and others.
I think that sounds like a plan. I'm excited.
Madam Chair, I think
Does anyone else want to bring up any other business or any kind of proposals before we end the meeting? Go ahead. We have an open forum. Anyone in the audience is free to come and speak. Yes, please state your name and address for the record.
Steve Morabito, the new DEI Director for the City of Revere. First, I want to say I'm looking forward to collaborating with all of you, and that the work that each and every one of you do is very meaningful. And I look forward to collaborating once again to the inclusivity and equity in our city, in our community. One suggestion I have for International Women's Month is what we can do is we can do a two-part. We can interview our leaders, our women leaders in the city, put it on Revere TV, or we can record it beforehand. We can have a breakfast, invite a speaker, but prior to the speaker, while people are eating breakfast, we can display the video of each representative or each leader. And that's just some food for thought. Thank you for the time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Morabito. It's an honor to be in your presence, and I'm excited to see how you being the head of the DEI and us as the HRC work together cohesively as one unit for however long we're here. And I'm really excited to see where we could go with the both of us. Does anyone else want to bring anything up before?
Just a point of personal privilege.
ahead.
I'd like to welcome Steve Morabito, too. I know Steve's going to be a wonderful addition to the city for DEI and working with the HRC. And again, I didn't get to mention earlier, Dr. Garcia, I mean, honestly, thank you, because we really do rely on your expertise a lot and your connection with the school department and all the respect you hold in with your students and how you really, nurturing the next, future leaders of this community. So, thank you. Thank you.
All right. Sorry. I just want to welcome you to these Human Rights Commission because I think your philosophy, your understanding of certain issues. I personally, before, I've seen you in action. I mean, with the LGBTQ community, advocating, talking. I think you have a lot of passion. And I think that's something that we need, in this commission. So you and I just met. We'll continue to meet. The goal here is for us to work together. And, you have a lot of connections in the city, which is important. And I think we are going to benefit from it. So welcome. Looking forward to supporting you and look forward to collaborate with you. Thank you.
All right, is there anyone on Zoom that would like to participate? No one? All right, I guess to end the meeting off, one, congratulations, Steve Morabito, for being, the head of the DEI department. And like I mentioned before, I'm excited, we're all excited to work with you in the future. As you just beautifully showed that you have a lot of great ideas. And I can't wait to see how your thinking and our thinking really go together, and we're gonna make some great changes to Revere, hopefully soon. At the same time, I would like to end our meeting, if there are no one for open forum, I would like to end our meeting with our mission statement and our core values. This is something that we would like to make sure that the city of Revere knows that we're on their side and we got their backs. So we're gonna first start with the mission, whenever everyone is ready. The mission of the Revere Human Rights Commission is to promote human and civil rights and empower all people of Revere by ensuring that everyone, especially the most vulnerable and marginalized, have equitable opportunities, equal access, and are treated with dignity, respect, fairness, and justice. All right. And last but not least, our values, whenever everyone's ready. A thriving Revere where all community members live free of racism, poverty, violence, and other systems of oppression, and where everyone has equitable access, opportunities, and resources, as well as a sense of belonging. Right. This mission and these values are ones that we've made our duty to uphold in the city of Revere. And this is what all our meetings are about, is to uphold these values. We would like to also hear from the community of how else we could improve the way we do our meetings, the way, the things that we would like to talk about. If there's any certain topics that the community would like to hear us discuss on, please reach out to the HRC as something that we could put on the agenda for something that we could definitely discuss about. And do not be afraid to call us out on anything that doesn't seem unjustable, unfair, that seems unfair, undignifiable, and and very disrespectful. Call us out on anything that we have to do to make our commission a lot better, to work for the community. With that being said, can I have a motion to close the meeting?
Motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second it.
The meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much and have a great evening.